And we are live! Yo. What is up, everybody? Hope that everyone have a wonderful and fantastic day today. We are back. Apologies for the late start. Not really late start, but like, usually it doesn't take me this long to like start talking. Because for some reason I did not export the thumbnail. So I have to recreate the thumbnail again. I'm very certain that I did it already, but apparently not. But anyway, we're back. How are we feeling today? Hope that everyone have a wonderful and fantastic day today. It was cold. This past couple weeks actually has been real cold, which is great. But yeah, other than that, today was kind of like low energy day for me. That is kind of like rest day-ish. So it's like, I don't want to do anything. So yeah, just enjoying the coldness of January. Yo, Spectre! What's up? How you doing, man? How you doing? It was cold here. Real nice, you know. So today on the menu is we are going through the new dimensional path, and then we'll see where that takes us and explore, gather, grind as per usual. So yeah. I fixed my old PS4 controller I've been using on PC that had a worn out micro USB port so the cable could randomly shift during gaming. Generous applying of hot glue solved it. Heck yeah, dude, congrats. But yeah, thankfully it's only the USB port that having the issue, not like the internal organ of it. Because yeah, those kind of thing, the USB port usually is the one that having the most issue, because especially if you keep plugging and unplugged it oftentimes, then yeah, it will eventually give out. Micro USB is crap. Exactly. Even like USB type C and any types of USB really, if you constantly plugging it, plugging it, unplug, sooner or later it will just breaks down. But yeah, but thankfully those are usually pretty easy fix. Like what you did, literally just hot glue it, that's it, you're good to go. But sometimes the cable that connect the port to the machinery inside also follow suit, which is also kind of broken as well. So that's where things get a bit more tricky, because you have to like solder it and things like that. So worst case scenario, you cannot even fix it. I had to switch back because my Xbox controller had started to develop an issue with one of the bumpers. What a surprise. Every single Xbox controller I ever owned developed a bumper issue. Is it the switches? Is it the switch having a... What is it called? Because I do also have my old Xbox controller also have the same issue where the bumper is like, it's not as clicky or tactile anymore. So you kind of loose and it feels really weird to press. It still works, but it just feels weird to press. I thought I got someone to 3D print me a bracket for the PS controller, then I saw this tip on the internet and it makes so much sense. Nice out of love. Yeah. Yeah, if it is the only issue is the port itself, then yeah. Nothing else broke, then easy fix. Which is okay if I just have to press it, but it's crazy annoying if I have to hold it. I see. Yeah, for my old Xbox controller, I also have the same issue where the left bumper, it just doesn't have the same click anymore. And it feels weird. Still work, but it just feels weird to press. Even my current controller like I'm using right now, it's I don't know, things like feels a bit odd lately. It still works just fine, but like the trigger and the bumper and then the X button. I'm using the Xbox layout, so it's, you know, X, Y, A, B. The X button on the face button it feels a bit, I don't know, it's not as tight anymore to press and it feels a bit more loose. But yeah, it's still fine, but need to be a bit careful because this is my last controller that I have and I don't have any more replacement. There's always bumper on Xbox controllers. Really? I do have 2 Xbox controller. One of them is like completely bad. Like the face button, it feels loose. It doesn't have the tactile anymore, and then all the bumpers also. It's just really bad. If I want to fix it, then I have to like take it apart, switch the whole the whole mechanical switches and stuff like that, and then I can use it again. But yeah, might as well get a new one at that point. And then I got a new one, which it still kind of work, but I don't know, the feel of it feels a bit different. And the same bumper issue that I said. I don't know if this is still working or not, to be honest with you. Oh yeah, also, it drift. Bruh, I forgot why I changed to this controller, because the stick is drifting. Also, that's why I switch it. I bought a new controller because of it. Google AI says is that it's widely considered a weak point, so I guess I'm not crazy. Huh. I see. I never really like find any complaint with the bumper for Xbox controller. Well, even my friends that own the controller doesn't really have any issue with that. Got 2 PS4 controllers for super cheap last year. It was a steal. Heck yeah. Like I played less for the 2 than a new PS5 controller. I paid less for the 2 than the new PS5 controller. Now that's a good steal. And they're just as good on PC. I think the PS5 controller is the haptic trigger is the only difference between PS4 and PS5 controller, right? It's only like the haptic trigger or something like that. Everything else is fairly similar. Of course, the PS5 is a bit more upgrade, but yeah. But the biggest difference is pretty much just that. The other one is still in the box, but I don't want to open it until this one dies. Exactly, just keep it pristine for a backup, you know. This shit generic control menace because they use cheap pot meters for the sticks. I'm looking forward to the Steam controllers since they have magnetic sticks by default. Yeah, that might be a good purchase, to be honest. Yeah, since my Xbox controller back then was like, I don't know, it's fairly cheap. It's not really like legit, you know. I bought it on some stores that is pretty cheap, so it's like, okay, yeah, it looks like Xbox, but the feel already different because I did bought a on my second controller. The first controller is actually a hand-me-down from my friend. He never really used it, so it's like, yeah, you wanna buy this? Sure. I bought it off of you, and it served me well. But then later on, I was like, okay, I think I need to find a new one. And I tried the Xbox layout, because at that moment I was like, you know what, let me try, because a lot of people always said like Xbox controller, and then also the obvious reason is that it's plug and play, so I don't have to install this, I have to set this up, and then no, just you plug it and that's it works, so I was like, okay. And then I bought a legit original Xbox controller. It was quite expensive, but the feeling on your hands and when you press the buttons and everything, it feels great. And then I used it way too much until it kind of like just gave up. All the buttons just gave up. So I was like, okay, let's find a new one. But I don't know at that moment. I don't know what kind of brand is good for like controller. So I was like, okay, let's default back to the Xbox controller again. But I don't feel like spending that amount of money again. So I was like, okay, let's find a cheaper option, alternative of Xbox controller, which is the one that I bought is like, okay, yeah, the quality is completely, the moment you touch it in your hand, you're just like, okay, yeah. The original and the questionable one is the feel already completely different when you press the buttons and everything. So it's like, okay, I see. The Apple trigger is super dope, but I don't think anything uses it on PC. Not much. At this point, not much. Even on PS5, it's only like a handful of titles using the trigger, Other than that, it's like, it's just a gimmick. And I was super skeptical about the triggers, but I confirmed, I see. I found a shop in the country that swaps your old crappy sticks for magnetic ones, but it costs nearly half as much as the controller. Exactly. That's the thing though about the controller stuff. It's like, especially if it is already like to that extent of like not workingness, because at that point you might as well just get a new one. It's not really worth the effort to just replace it like half the price of a brand new one, unless if that controller, like you have a sentimental value of that controller with you, then you do you do you. But for most of us, it was just like, okay, at this point might as well just get a new one. I might just order a couple of switches and try to swap them myself. That might be a good idea too, to kind of what do you call it, custom controller yourself. Alternatively, there are some pretty good magnetic controllers from China I could get. There are a lot of like brand that I'm like, recently also I kind of look around into controllers and stuff, because I kind of want to see what kind of controller out there, because all we know is only Xbox and PS5, and boy, to their price, you know what I mean? So I was kind of like looking around about a bit, and I was like, oh my god, there is like a plethora of options that is like insanely good, insanely cheap as well. Not really insanely cheap, but like for the price with the value that you got from the purchase is really, really insane. But I'm fine with my PS4 controllers, and hopefully Steam Controller 2 will be affordable. Yeah, hopefully, because even to this day, we still haven't really heard anything about the Steam box, the Steam Cube, the price of those. Xbox One controller is especially pricey for what it is. Even PS5 too. Like, it's just it doesn't even have new tech like PS5 controller. Yeah, the brand that I was kind of looking around for like controller and stuff, it was 8-Bit Do, FlyDG, GameSir, and I don't remember what else. But yeah, those three is kind of like the, I guess you can say like mid-range. controller. Like it's not too expensive, it's not too cheap either, but it gives more value. Like there are plenty of like obviously Bluetooth, wire dongle, USB-C connector, and then obviously docking charge. And then there's the one that I really want to try is actually the locking mechanic for the trigger, because currently I don't have that on my controller, and the only thing that I don't really like about the Xbox controller layout is that the trigger is too deep to press. I get it because some games really use that, so the deeper you press, it do more in the game. I get that, but you know, I come from PS controller where everything just you press it and that's it. You know, there is no like deep press and stuff like that. So that's why the trigger for the Xbox controller it never sits well with me. I'm not really. I don't really like it much. So that's why those controllers also have the locking mechanism. So I would like to try that, so that I can just press it, tap it in a way, so it's not to like full trigger, you know, press. And then they also like Hall effect and yada yada. So yeah. 8-bit controllers are generally well liked from what I heard. Yeah. I'm watching some reviews of that, yeah. So those three brands are the ones that I'm kind of like, if I've ever getting a new controller, I would get from those three brands. And depending on my budget too, because some of those are quite expensive too. Granted, the feature they gave is pretty insane. Oh yeah, and also the back button as well, the macro buttons and whatnot. But yeah, I don't use those anyway. But it's fine to have. Like even my controller currently do have two back button, programmable back button for macros and stuff. But I never really use them. It's just there. I generally like the PS controller layout better, but I'm not that picky. Just the D-pad is easier to use in claw grip while your thumb are on the sticks. True, yeah. True. Like right now, I think I'm feeling a lot more comfortable with the Xbox controller, because every single game that we play nowadays uses the stick more than the pad. If we're talking about back in the day, in the PS1 era, the PS controller layout is the best. And not to mention the D-pad on PlayStation feels on PS controller feels a lot better to press too. Speaking of back button, remember when Sony brought out the back button adapter for the PS4 controllers in the last year of their life, and they haven't done anything like that for the PS5? It's crazy. You got haptic trigger though. You got haptic trigger. At least the PS5 Edge controller has back button, but it's mind-boggling. Yeah, that's why like getting a PS or Xbox controller nowadays feels like, I don't know, man. Does it really justify the price? Especially if we have these other brands that offer you a lot more with less the price you need to pay too. You know what I mean? If they don't really do anything about their own product, then yeah, it will get swallowed up super quick. Yeah, but I'm glad this controller lasts for quite a while. Granted, last year we don't really play a lot of games on using controller, so I rarely use it intensively. back then when I still used my Xbox controller. Oh boy. Oh boy. But this one, it lasts a lot longer, well, because I don't use it quite a lot. But this year it might be used quite a lot, so we'll see how this holds up. There are some cheaper third-party PS4 back buttons, I might get one. What kind of connection will that use though? Just getting 2 back buttons is huge. Yeah, if you need extra buttons, then yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I wonder like what kind of connection, or do you need to like open the PS4 controller first and then connect it through the inside, or because I'm assuming the USB port itself is already used for connecting to your PC, unless you add like a splitter or something like that. You plug them in the bottom where the audio jack is. I see. I see. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. My nose is itchy. Jesus. There's an extra port on the PS controller there. I see. You could get keyboards and stuff like that. Ah, really? Interesting. Ooh. Yeah, the keyboard extension is not really a thing anymore, huh? Those are only popular back in, I think, Xbox era. I know Dreamcast used. I have a legit controller, keyboard and controller. It's it's insanely big. It's for playing Phantasy Star Online. Yeah, nowadays we just use mic. We just open mic. We don't really type anymore. To be honest, if you're used to it, you can type pretty quickly with a touchpad. Yeah. But it still feels different though than typing it on like a proper keyboard. Or just you know, do the classic way. Just use the D-pad, man. Just use the D-pad, man. Move those thumb. Gotta train those thumb muscle, you know what I'm saying? Gotta work on that, boy. So it's a tiny keyboard is fairly crap anyway. It's just like those, you know, BlackBerry phone back in the day. Like typing an old Nokia, or that too, yeah. But I would say it's fairly similar feeling of typing on those phones back in the day. You know, it's so tiny. I'm just surprised that I used to have Blackberries back then. And I type those pretty fast. I type on those pretty fast. Somehow I can do it without a lot of typos as well. I do have a pretty big thumb. But I somehow able to type in there pretty fast, and yeah, not a lot of typos too. Now I cannot type at all. Like even using my PC keyboard here, I still typo like crazy. I'm not a good typer. I used to be decent at it, but nah. Nowadays it's just... Why am I keep pressing the button that I wasn't supposed to press? Yeah, nice that you got your PS4 working again. No need to get a new one. Found a back button on for under 10 euros without with shipping. Now that's a good deal. Is it a brand new buttons or is it like, you know? Because if it is like a brand new, even though it's third party, but it's still brand new, then yeah, that's pretty solid. It's from a web shop. Okay. Now that's pretty nice. You're supposed to have a 2-week buyback guarantee too. Oh. Okay, well, I mean that's a pretty good deal. Especially with the 2-week warranty essentially. Go find some reviews on YouTube on it. Yeah. Good idea before you do the purchase. Yeah, I never really find any use on the back button. Maybe because it's not as ergonomic, because my finger doesn't really rest in there. Since most back buttons nowadays, at least, is usually placed on the grip where your fingers are naturally resting. Well, my controller is like not really there. It was on the back of the D-pad and also the back of the right joystick, so you know that if I have to move my middle finger to reach there and then press there, so it's like it feels weird, you know. I'm going to put the face button there because that way I don't have to take my thumbs off the stick. Yeah, that's what most people use the back button is, to be honest. For example, in Monster Hunter Wilds, there are times when I want to turn the camera, but if I don't keep attacking, I break my combo. Yeah, exactly. For games that have a busy controller like that, a control scheme like that, then yeah, it's really useful. Same thing with fighting games as well. You can like put like 2 or 3 button presses at the same time in the back button so that you can just stay locked in on the face button, and then you just press it in the back button whenever you need those combos. Button press. So I have to do shenanigans with my left thumb reaching for the right stick. Not impossible but to do, but no. Yeah. I got you. It doesn't really annoying if that ever happened. Or you could press, put your controller on the table and then you just play it like a arcade stick. Yeah. That's a big brain right there. Jesus Christ, why is my nose so itchy? I'll check a few videos. No worries. You know, if holding a controller and then, you know, getting really busy on the control scheme for a game that you play, if it is too much for you, just put it on the table and then just use it as an arcade controller. That way you can just I easily access all the buttons. Okay, let me try to like wash it a little bit. So I'll be right back. And then after that, we will just get straight into the game. Be right back. You back. Oh, it's way too cold. So it's going to be a sniffle fest today. It's so cold and I'm sneezing. And hopefully my nose doesn't itch you anymore. Okay, I think that should be good enough for the intro. 41 minutes intro. Awesome. But hey, that's the whole point of streaming, you know? It's not only about the game, but sometimes we just want to just chat about anything. Anyway, let me start the game. Let's play the game. I haven't found much on these buttons, but they seem to work. So I guess for that price, I'll give it a try. Plus, it has a 2 weeks warranty as well. If you don't like it, can you like return it? cashback, like full cashback, or only gives you like not 100% cashback if you don't like it. Okay. We good? So, a transition. Alright then. Let's do this. We are back. So last time we did a bit more crafting, and then the most important one is we finished all of the shop here in the Mistletoe Miscellaneous. So only one more item that I need to sell, but I don't have the access to get that yet. No recipe, no materials. I don't know. I'm pretty sure it was from Synthesize. It is from Synthesize, but I could be wrong. We'll see. And then after that, there's nothing else that we done. Really, that's basically all we did last stream. And today is the day we explore Mount Bone Eater. Heck yes. Alright, book. I remember because it has a translation. Yeah. I mean, I probably might as well read it after we complete all of this because... Oh well, let's just read it now. Okay. Tranquility brought by the 9 sages. Time passed, and the land enjoyed a long period of peace under the rule of 9 outstanding alchemists. These alchemists, known as the 9 sages, used their exceptional skills to guide the people, leading them into a long-lasting period of prosperity. Although the rugged mountain region had a small population, the 9 sages were able to greatly develop the area through the power of alchemy. Okay, and with access to the gateways, they could also travel to far-off places to obtain ingredients and establish trade. However, nobody ever knew where our people came from or how we traveled. While the gateways were a blessing, the discovery also posed an ever-present threat. And with the access to the gateways, they could also travel to far places to obtain ingredients and establish trade. Yeah, this is basically the dimensional path. Nobody ever knew where our people came from or how we traveled. Who are these talking about? Where our people came from? Is it the people of Lantarna or is it the 9 sages? There's so many questions though. This guy's a minimum price for shipping, though I'm only 1.5 euro short. I'll just put some goblins in the basket. Just, do you have some candies that I can buy in there? I just put it in the basket. Goblins. What's goblins like? Not really trash. But like tidbits, I guess. Knickknacks. Yeah, that's the one. Word. English. Okay, anyway, let's go to Mount Bone Eater. Let's see what we have here. Tidbits, yeah. That's also a word, yeah. Oh, jeez. Okay. Let's get a cable or something. Gather spot, no. Item level price, yeah, sure, I guess. You can never have enough USB cables. That is true. Inflict sleep, BCD, DC, DCD, no. Kinda feel bad, but... Okay. Beast fossil. I wasn't paying attention to the chat there. I think that's all. Okay, can just keep going. Man, this place is kinda nice and chill. Hello. Attack. Oh. Drop rate and quantity, I see. Nah. TDC ZB, TDC. Mass produce, no. Are selling parcels, see if they have PS5 magnetic analog sensors. That's not going to be 1.5 euro, but you know, if you somehow able to find it, that probably is a good idea. These parts are fairly cheap, really. I don't know why, for some reason I thought that, ooh. In my head at least is somewhere around like 5 euros or something, at least one of them. For like the magnetic thingy. There's one more over here. I think that is all. I mean, not 1.5 true, but 3 to 5 euros usually. You're not wrong. Okay. Yeah, we're dealing damage now. Yeah, we're dealing damage now. Because we reset all of the traits. So now our traits are fairly decent. It's not the worst. Not the best either, but we got some attack. We got some attack. Controller, why are you disconnected? Your dongle is literally right in front of you. And why are you disconnecting? Okay, here we go. Alright, so hold on. This is happening. Yeah, I don't know why this controller now tend to act up like that. Okay, I need to like replug the dongle, which is literally right in front of me. Because I have a USB cable extension from my PC, because I do need to like replace or like unplug or just like using for plugging for some USB cable. Jesus, word. Basically, I need it for easy access for me to unplug and plugging things such as my dongle, my Bluetooth, and those kind of things, because sometimes I just kind of switch it back and forth instead of like reaching to my PC. And so I placed it like right in front of me, behind my keyboard, and somehow it's still disconnected. Anyway. Should I get a VGA DP adapter for my other monitor? I mean, yeah. You would be surprised on those things. How come in handy that thing can be. Especially if you want to have a multi-monitor setup and you have your old monitor just sitting there, not being used, and instead of buying a new one, and you don't really need to get a brand new one either, so just get the adapter. DDC, BB, CDC, no. Destruction up plus, no. Like, I have two adapter VGA. Oh wait, no. It's the other way around, I think. It's from DP to VGA and then HDMI to VGA, because I have two my old monitor. Both of them are using VGA connector, and so I bought two of them, one each. I could just buy two DP, but you never know, you know. I would rather go 1-1 because I don't really need to have like a dark bone pearl, like a fast connector to my PC for my old monitor anyway, because they only like 768p, so essentially 720p and 60 FPS, so it doesn't really matter if I use DisplayPort or HDMI. Oi, 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 oi. Oi, oi. I have a DVI HDMI I'm running on my current secondary monitor, but I have slightly better monitor that I'm currently not using, and that only has VGA, so I can sort. That's the yeah. No answer needed. It's a definitely yes. Or you can use all of them. Why not? Triple monitor setup. You know what I'm saying? Because one monitor is not enough. Okay, let me just go back here first. Oh. There's an even cheaper VGA HDMI adapter. As long as your PC supports or still have a free port for it, then go for it. Especially if your old monitor only can do 60 FPS, then yeah, it doesn't really matter if you connect it through DP or HDMI. La, 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 I just found one in my cable box while looking for a VGA cable. Well, now you need to find something else to buy. Almost one shot. Okay, come on, give me something good. Portrait, sure. Item level up probably is better. BDDCB, DCD, well made, no. Trash! Get out of here. Okay, second floor. How are we looking for path? Oh Jesus, okay, here we go again. Anything else? Okay, let's go here. Yeah, because this is the easy dungeon, so I could just do this all day. But later on when we get to like normal difficult, oh boy. When we get to normal difficulty, there is no way we can do this. Ooh-wee. Wee. Oh, sneeze. Nope. Maybe this. I'll see. I'll see. Ooh, there's detective and charge too. That might be good. Let's save that. Let's save that. La 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 la. Oh. Sure. CDDBC AP consumption. Can I check? I guess I don't know. Let's take you first for now. We'll see. Hooey. Ooh. It's a lot of like high rank now BA that comes out. I think that's all. There's this one. Okay, next. Field boss encounter. Ooh. Spooky. Give me some. What do I get? Dark Bone Pearl. I found my VGA cable in the shop. There was a DVI VGA adapter on it. Looks like I did all kinds of dark sorcery. It do be like that sometimes. Oh, Jesus. Ooh-wee. And it's full again. Okay. Oh, we got S as well now. Okay. We are high rank alright here. Dead. La 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 la. Exploration trade chance. DBDBC, DDC, tenacious blow. No. The icon is actually really helpful to indicate what kind of trait it works on. So that's really nice. QOL. Okay, let's see. Demon of Betrayal. Okay, you will be betrayed no longer. Boom. That's half already. What the heck? That's some damage right there. Oh, almost. No effect. Level up. Crimson Bone Barrel. Let's see. 1700, so a little bit more. Aye. There we go. Dead. You had to physically screw the cable into your monitor good old times, right? And I feel like that method, even though it is really ancient, I do feel like it's a lot more secure than nowadays where you just plug it and then unplugged it, you know? Once you screwed in, that thing can going nowhere, boy. Inflict paralyze, PCDDD, okay, no. Like there's no such thing. Oops, I accidentally bumped the monitor and the cable kind of shakes a little bit and it's you know, unsecure and now it's unplugged, so I need to replug it again. No. Once you screw that in, that thing going nowhere. Push, push. Give me some. I think that's all. Yeah. So let's just go. This thing is pretty long. This is easy. And it's 4th floor. Yeah. Dang. It's 5th floor in total, I guess. Including this floor. Let me see. Skill tree, can I? Yes, I do. Extra speed right there. And then next. Drive caliber. Yeah. Rosa is almost finished. Which is good. And then slowly works towards Wilbell. And then Resna will be the last one because she is a DLC character. Even though the title is literally her name, but yeah. Anyway, let's go. Let's see. Yoo-hoo! What's up? That's a big boy. Okay. Okay, well. Okay, brilliant cheer. I don't think I need to. But why not? Weak against thunder. Okay. Photon silhouette. Kaboom. And then Mistral Bringer. Okay, and then Falling Blade. 3 follow-up attack. Ay. 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 Oops. Oops. That deals a lot of damage. Ay. Do it again. Okay. And then follow up. That is so good. Okay. I think they should kill. I don't need to do much. Yep. Okie dokie. Another pedestal. For a good reason. I still don't trust this at all. We do need to do this for clues, but also at the same time, there is probably a reason, a good reason why they did this in the first place, you know? Alright, there we go again. Bring back. They really level up their animation, that's for sure. Of course.
今は全然平気。何だったんだろう、さっきの。
実は以前本の記述が増えた時にも同じようなことが起こったんだ。その時は一瞬目の色が変わったように見えただけだったから勘違いかと思ったんだが、
なんか声が聞こえた気がする。
声？
取り戻してって誰かの声が。
Bring back what exactly?
聞こえなかった。幻聴か？
わかんない。
外から見ていた限りだとリアスが台座に反応して何かを感じ取っていたように見えたが。
古代の錬金術の影響を受けたってこと？大丈夫なの、リアス？
よっと。まあまあ、私自身は何ともないし、そこまで気にしなくてもいいんじゃない？むしろもし古代の錬金術が何かを引き起こしてるなら謎を解く手がかりになるかもしれないよ。
それはそうだけど。
迷ったり悩んだりしてる暇なんてないでしょ。
リアス。
ほーらスレイ、探索はまだ終わってないからね。しっかりして。
リアス、何かおかしいと思ったらすぐに教えてくれよ。
分かってるって。本はどう？記述は増えた？
Okay.
ああ、今回も文字が現れた。戻ったらエルに読み解いてもらおう。
おお、また一つ進展だね。お宝。
進展か。俺は、いや、
Lapis Crystal Cave. Aha, okay.
大丈夫なのか。
Let me see. 354 is not enough, right? Yeah. Okay. Crystal Cave it is. And we unlock a brand new tools in our atelier. Not sure what that's going to be. Because we have the enhance item already, and we have replicate. Duplication is the first thing we unlock too, which is amazing.
ここは。
私レスナから聞いたことあるかも。確かここランタナの花の群生地だったような。
Oh yeah, I remember those.
へえ、レスナちゃんもここに来たことがあるんだ。
今回はブラッドさんからの依頼もない。ゆっくり見て回ってみてもいいんじゃないか。
そうしよ
No, we have to go back.
う。綺麗な水晶が
We don't have any
調合素材もいっぱいありそう。
space
前
left.
に言ってたが、やはり錬金術師はいい素材のあるところに集まるみたいだな。
そりゃそうでしょう。いいもの作るにはいい素材ってね。
Uh-huh.
なんだか光に集まる虫みたいね。
もうちょっと言い方どうにかならない？
She is not wrong.
新しく行ける場所がある。
Okay. Okay, so the side quest is right here. Okay.
どこ
アトリエに
に行くの？
戻るか。
Now let me go back to Atelier first. Need to drop all of these.
調合し
And
ちゃおう
then
かな。
what is this? Oh, nothing. Not yet. Okay then.
どこに行くの？
アトリエに行くのか。
慌てるほど厳しい場所じゃなさそうだな。思ったより暗くないな。光ってるのは水晶。キノコか。
ここは
ここは
Atelier だよ。
水晶。
Atelier だよ。
Atelier か。
Atelier だよ。
Atelier か。 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 Atelier か。
キノコ取り放題だね。たくさん持って帰ろう。
Ooh wee. Managed to mute myself. Yeah. Wouldn't it be funny if I mute the game audio instead of the mic? Hearing voices keep going. Okay, will do.
いいもの見つけた。
どうやら貴重なものみたいだな。
Ui.
役に立てそうな相手一気に倒しちゃおう。
畳みかけもらった。
Ooh, this boy is tanky.
これも嫌い。こ
頼もしい。 どんどん先に進みましょう。
これは結構珍しいんじゃないか。
Okay, can move on.
これ珍しいね。
これはなかなか珍しいな。
珍しいもの見つけちゃったわ。
Half Moon Rock.
これなかなか。いざ迅速果敢に。
La 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 la.
隙を見せたな。
Ooh, this thing is also tanky.
褒めてあげる。
Brr. Ah.
イヤス、いい調子だな。
皆さんいざ。皆さん
La 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 la
珍
la.
しいもの見つけちゃったわ。
少し楽ができそうだ
Ha
な。
ha ha.
これも嫌い。
やったなロゼ。
どんどん先へ進みましょ
楽勝じゃない。
う。おっしゃ。
新しい道具が作れるようになるんだ。
Shining Crystal.
どんな壁だって乗り越えてやるんだから。
Okay.
遠慮なくやらせ。どうだ。
思いっきり戦えるよ。よし、とびっきりの技見せてあげる。
Big damage.
今ならいざ参ります。やーここでしかさずそこだ。
And that's it.
皆さんお疲れ様です。これ珍しいね。
Okay, we finished that quest now.
大した敵じゃなさそうだな。遠慮なくや。そこ
どうでもやるね。褒めてあげる。
それ
だ。これも嫌い。
いざ。やどんどん先へ進みましょう。
どうやら貴重なものみたいだな。
いざ迅速果敢に。
大した敵じゃなさそう。
やったなロゼ。
華麗突撃。
Nice.
俺の力をくれ。
皆さんよし。
I thought it chooses the first one, the ghost one.
どんどん
But
先へ
apparently not. Okay. Reset.
眩しい。こうも急に明るくなると目が慣れないな。
どこ
Anything that I haven't caught here or met? There's this. Not sure what this is. And then there's the enemy too.
どこに行く？
Carrier. Let's just move on for now.
どうやら貴重なものみたいだな。
これなかなか見つからないんだよ。ここで出会い。
すごい珍しいわよ。これ大事に使うのよ。
すごく価値がありそうだな。慎重に持って帰らないと。
いざ迅速果敢に。
Ah, there you are.
くらいなら余裕だね。
遠慮なくやらせてもらう。
よしやっそれ。
これも嫌い。
今にいざ。
Nah.
イエス、いい調子だな。
効かないな。
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
捉えた。どうだ。
これも一緒に。
よし。ま、余裕だな。
これは貴重ね。近くにもっとないかしら。
Okay. Up we go. Bruh.
とりゃ。
That thing doesn't show up.
新しい道具。
Handling precaution. That's a material. That's a recipe, I mean.
これ珍しいな。やった。すっごい珍しいもの見つけた。とりゃ。お宝。おりゃ。
少し楽ができそうだな。
一気に倒しちゃう。突撃。やっそれ。
俺の力をくれ。
強くってば頼もしい。いざ。まだまだ終わらないよ。そこだ。どんどん先へ進みましょう。
What is happening?
希少な素材だ。絶対に持ち帰らないと。
いざ。迅速果敢に。このくらいなら余裕だね。
遠慮なく嫌え。
よし。やっそれ。
これも嫌え。
今よし。
Might as well.
まだまだ終わらないよ。そこだ。やっちゃんバッチリだね。今の
見えたわ。あいつの弱点。私に任せなさい。
私もやれる。
よし。ま、こんなもんだろ。少し楽ができそうだな。
このくらいなら余裕だね。
遠慮なくや。もらった。
突撃。やっそれ。
俺の力をくれ。
いざ。すっごいのお見舞いだよ。そこだ。こうなって聞いて。
Big.
よし。や。
仕留める。はっ、そこだ。
すがの追撃。思いっきり。よし。それ。
隙を見せたな。遠慮なく捉えた。どうだ。
これも一緒に。あれ。
ま、こんなもんだろ。これはなかなか珍しい。
Okay, still plenty of Yeah, I feel like in Dimensional Path you got way more materials. They drop a lot more. Let me save. Because that is a progress. And here we are, Crystalline Charm.
あれは誰かが魔物の群れと戦ってる。
Oh, well. Vayne. Ui, hello.
新手か。
先にこっちだみんな。
どんな壁だって乗り越えてやるんだから。援護は私に任せて。思いっきり戦えるよ。
弱点をつけそうだ。俺に任せてくれ。
Let's just deal damage.
遠慮なくやらせ任せろ。この手を使うか。見切った。
いつもよりいい。
弱点をつけそうだ。俺に任せてくれ。
Boom.
皆さん外さないよ。
Boom.
力がみなぎっとる。
弱点をつけそうだ。俺に任せてくれ。
Falling Blade first. Aish. Wow, that's almost instant.
お前に防げるか。
Nice. Oh.
皆さん
弱点をつけそうだ。俺に任せてくれ。
Ay.
弱点をつけそうだ。俺に任せてくれ。
Big damage.
畳みかけられそうだな。
弱点をつけそうだ。
Do it again.
俺に任せてくれ。
Ah. Ah. Oosh.
皆さん息を合わせ
I think I need this.
先陣を切ります。
次は俺だ。
Yeah. There you go.
もう敵はいないみたいだな。
まだまだ
戦った分の
これも一つ。
また一つ成長できました。
Okay.
片付いたか。
おーい大丈夫？
あれは
It's Vayne, your friend.
君大丈夫か。魔物と戦ってたみたいだが。
ありがとう。僕は大丈夫。挟み撃ちされそうだったから助かった。
No, no, you're
やっ
not.
ぱりベイン先輩でしたか。
ロゼ、ウェルベル。奇遇だね、こんなところで会うなんて。
Vayne Aurelius, a wanderer and adventurer. He is from the same world as Rosa and even graduated from the same academy. I see.
また二人の知り合い？
まあ、来たのは別々の時間からなんだけどね。
知れば知る
Wait, I just
異
realized.
邦人は不思議だ。どういうきっかけで呼ばれるんだろうな。
I just realized Vayne voice sounds like Shida Akira.
ところでベインはどうしてここに？
ああ、さっきの魔物の討伐を頼まれててね。成り行きだけど手伝ってもら
Yeah,
う
for some
こと
reason
になっちゃったね。
I just realized it now,
今度
despite
僕
all
に
this
も何
time.
か手伝わせてよ。今日のお礼ってことでさ。
いいの？
ああ、もちろん。依頼の報告が終わったら君たちの住むハルフェンにも顔を出すよ。
やったー、ありがとう。
ロゼ、ウィルベルも近いうちにまた。
ええ、またゆっくり話しましょう、先輩。
I see, that's lore. I thought it's a completely different academy for both.
やっぱり新しい冒険には新しい出会いがつきもの。
さて俺たちはどうする？
一通り探索もできた。そろそろアトリエに戻るとするか。
そうだね。集めた素材で調合も試してみたいし、本の内容も気になるしね。
Yeah, they are both from Manakemia, yeah, but like I thought it was from completely different academy.
お風呂に入りたいな。
アトリエに着くまであまり気を抜くなよ。
How did I miss those areas over there? That can be right. Interesting that they are actually from the same academy, Rose and Vane is the... I mean, it makes sense because Manakemia 1 is Vane and Manakemia 2 is Rose. So obviously. Yeah, the more you know, I guess. I really do need to get to Manakemia soon. This curiosity is killing me. I don't know how to feel about this monitor. The colors are strange. That's the only problem with old monitor, especially comparing the old monitor to current LCD monitor, is that the color accuracy is probably not going to be the best. Angel ribbon. Okie dokie. Turtle. Turtle. Da, da, da. I'm just not good at setting colors, but I'll play around with it. Yeah, colors really difficult. Because your room also will affect the color outcome. Like the calibration and whatnot. Resurrection wear. Now that sounds good. Oh la la! Ooh la la! What do we have here? Ooh la la! Okay. Say less. Regen build is on the move. Or I guess for like color accuracy stuff, you can kinda make your main monitor currently as the baseline, and then you can try to set your old monitor as close as possible to your current monitor. That will at least get your eyes not feel jarring to whenever you look at them both. Because that's the difficult part for having different monitor. Because each monitor have their own settings, like their panel have different settings. So trying to make them look equal is a really difficult task. Heck, even sometimes when you have like the same exact monitor brand and model, they sometimes have a slight difference in the color, but that's just how it is. Sadly,
私に任せなさい。
there's not much you can do about it.
よし。
また強くなってしまったね。
どうやら貴重なものみたいだな。
Ooh, okay, it's full. No problem. Ingredient grouping E. That should free up some space.
新しいもの見つけちゃったわ。
Now it's D. E first, just in case. No. D and boom.
これ珍しいね。
Okay. There is one on top. I guess from here. Yeah. Okay, nice. Saved. Whee!
役立ちそうだな。拾っておこう。
There is still... Oh wait, it's because it's reset. Right. I think that's all.
一つ一つ丁寧にやっていこ
There is still one... No, never mind. I got everything. Okay, cool.
アトリエに行くの？
Back to Atelier, shall we?
ただいま。待ってました。
Ooh.
新しいプレステ文字が刻まれたんだろう。
う。せかすな。ほら、これだ。
確かに預かった。あとはこのエル様に任せてくれたまえ。
Please.
ああ、それと今回も新しい装置が稼働したみたいだよ。本当？
Let's see it. Yo, what the heck is this?
資料によれば、これは素材の性質を変える
Alter the properties of alchemical ingredients. Changing color, you mean?
いいねいいね。
You mean?
錬金術の幅が広がるよ。それじゃ
早速試してみるか。
あ、あれ、よくわかったね。
You're learning by doing, you know?
今さらお前が考えることなんて寝てたってわかるさ。
君たちさ、もしかして何か進展あった？
Girl, you better start deciphering those texts, okay?
そういうことは断じてない。
ま、いいけどさ。それより今回は試したりしないのかい？
ああ、そうだった。よーし、早速使ってみよう。
Atelier. Catalyst ingredients. Now that mana is being supplied from Mount Bone Eater, the catalyzer is operational. Catalyst ingredients cannot be used during synthesis, allowing you to change gift colors for the categories of range ingredients slot. Yep. Only one catalyst ingredient can be used per synthesis, but when recipe morph occurs, you will be able to use another one. Use catalyst ingredients and recipe morph to synthesize even stronger items. Sure. Great gift. Ah, that's the one. Yep, that's the one. That's the one, that's the one. Okay, let me save. Let me go to Star Landing real quick before we continue. Because we finally finished the quest.
報酬だ。
And we got cheese. And we also unlock new recipe with that. Okay, give me all of them.
どこに行く？
アトリエに
Alright, now we go back to Atelier. Save. And then let's see this now. Catalyst ingredients. Let's try adding the trait piping hot to a bomb. Okay, select bomb.
まずはこれを入れて
Add required ingredients. Select gunpowder base for the first arrange slot.
うまくいってる
Okay. We want to inherit piping hot from the Steam Uni, but the gift color don't match. Press LB or RB to bring up the catalyst ingredients list. Select Atlas glowing amethyst to change the gift color.
困ったらこれを
Return to arrange our ingredients selection and select the Steam Uni.
いい反応だね
We now have a bomb with the trait piping hot. I see. So that's how it is. Yeah, this will make it simpler to do this, because sometimes when you want to, you do have the materials and also the trait, but now that we have to worry about the color matches, because the only way you carry over the traits is to connecting the colors like this, while in the previous titles it don't matter at all as long as you have the material and the trait over there. Heck, even if you don't have the material, you have the trait, you can carry over those from multiple steps of crafting to get to the end product anyway, so it doesn't really matter. As long as you have the trait, that's it, you're good to go most of the time. While in this one, you're not really, because you need to pay attention to the color connection. So now with this, it makes things a lot more easier. If you have certain trait, you have the material, but you have the trait, but you don't have the color, you can just use this. Only one catalyst ingredient can be used per synthesis. With recipe war for curse, you will be able to use another catalyst ingredient. Okay, press start to synthesize. Piping hot. Go.
へえこうやって使うんだこれならあの組み合わせもスレイみんなを集めてもらえるかい
Oi!
イエスの情報を
That was quick.
待っている間解読を進めてみたんだ
ああ、わかった。呼んでくる。
おっはんさて今回新たに増えた記述もざっくりと解読が終わったわけだが結論から言えば前回話したクルシュアル伝承との類似点やゴルデの眉についてもおおむね判明してきた
Oi, okay.
ほんと早く教えてまあまあ落ち着きたまエリアス君おスレイ君はどうした何か疑問があるなら言ってみなさい
前から気になってたんだが、この本に記された内容はクルシュアル伝承そのものってわけじゃないのか。前も言ってただろう、似てるって。それって同じではないってことだよな。
ああ当然の疑問だねその説明をするならばそうだなよーしわかったいい機会だこのエル様が伝承の詳細について解説してやろう
Sweet. Okay, more lore. Okay, here we
クルシュ
are.
アル伝承有権人の対立によって町が滅んでしまう逸話概要は前回話したな
Uh-huh.
ではその対立とは何だったのか文献によれば9賢人のうち4人が何らかの強き忌むべき力に見せられ
Of course, of course. As always.
強き忌むべき力
They just want more.
そうだその力がどんな力かはまだ分かっていないがとにかくその力で高みを目指そうとした者たちがいた
Mm-hmm.
そして生み出されたのがゴルデの眉だと記されている
Okay.
滅びの洗礼はそっちは何か分かった明確な紐付けはできていないが
紅の反乱という項にその言葉は記されている。
Mm-hmm.
彼らは紅の錬金術師と呼ばれ、残った5人、白の錬金術師と壮絶な戦いを繰り広げた。原因としてね、これが紅の反乱。そしてその結果として滅びの洗礼が訪れたと。
Wait.
じゃあその後クルシャールは。
The four sages who were enthralled by this loathsome power came to be known as the Red Alchemists, while the remaining 5 were called the White Alchemists. The title of this game is The Red Alchemist and the White Guardian. Because I'm assuming at first it was because Rias is red and Slate is somehow the White Guardian, even though he is not really have any white color palette in his design. So now that we learn about this, there's the 9 sages. They broke up. 4 of them become Red Alchemists, and then the rest become the White Alchemists. The Gorde Cocoon was supposedly the cause. This was the Red Revolt, and as a result of it, the baptism of ruin occurred. So says the book. Yo, Exile, what's up? You came right on time for some lore drop. So we went from forbidden alchemy to straight up evil alchemy. That's, I guess, still have not been confirmed yet, because this is the so far that we've known is that the 9 sages back in the day who made the Kershal kingdom or city, I guess. They, the classic. Some of them becomes I want more power, while the rest is content with how it is, the balance of the world. So now they become split into 2 factions, which is the Red Alchemists, which is 4 of them, and then the rest are White Alchemists. And yeah. Red Mist kind of riasan. Red Mist kind of made riasan orphan though. I guess if you look at it as in the cause of the alchemy, then yeah, it's a definitely an evil alchemy. But we are not sure yet. You could we probably can just make an assumption for now, because L over here explained the Gorde Cocoon was supposedly the cause of it. We have no idea what this Gorde Cocoon is. And yeah, this is what's being recorded as the Red Revolt. This infighting, I guess. And as a result, the baptism of ruin occurred. But we are still not sure if the baptism of ruin is the Red Mist. Everything kinda leading or kinda pointing towards that. But again, we still don't have enough proof or knowledge if it is that or not. Because there's still plenty of questions that still haven't really answered yet. Anything else here? We don't even know what kind of one it was. In any case, some of the sages tried to use it to become more powerful. And this apparently led to the creation of the Gorde Cocoon. Yeah, again, so what is Gorde Cocoon here? Like, is it an item to stop the Red Alchemist to gain the power of this great and loathsome power? Or is it the Red Alchemist create Gorde Cocoon for them to use the great and loathsome power? Or is it something else entirely? We don't know. So
その後クルシュアルがどうなったか記されている箇所は見つかってない。ただ結局紅の錬金術師たちは白の錬金術師との戦いに敗れたとは記されている。
That's pretty
このクルシュアルという
self-explanatory.
古代都市についてはこれが未だ誰
Okay.
もその姿を見たことがないんだ。だから我々学者は今までおとぎ話の類だと言って取り上げ
Crucial the
た
Golden City.
黄金鏡クルシュアルと揶揄して。だがクルシュアル関連の資料をかき集めて調べ直したよ。そしたら出てきたんだ。黄金鏡クルシュアルがハルフェン近郊に存在したとする説。
おいおいおいおいおい。
それって
僕はこのアトリエや遺跡こそがクルシュアル、少なくともその一部だったんじゃないかと見ている。
Well then.
ここが伝承の地。
ハルフェン近くにある遺跡、伝承との関連を示す本の記述。これだけの手がかりがあればそんな仮説を立てるのに十分だと思わないかい？
That's true. Yeah.
細かい記述が違うんだろう。そのあたりはどうなんだ。
あの時僕はこうも言ったはずだ。考古学の分野では新たな資料で歴史が塗り替わるなんてよくある話だとね。
Sorry. はい。
この本に記されている内容こそがクルシュアル、ひいてはハルフェンに関わる本当の歴史かもしれない。
Part 5. That was quick. What the? The power to protect. Using the life of others to empower ourselves through alchemy is bad. Also us with the regen build. Exactly. Regen build. Okay? Wow, we part 5 already.
俺の顔に何かついてるか？
いや別に。
じゃあなんだよ。
大したことじゃないんだけどさ、毎日夜が明ける前に宿を出てここまで来るの大変じゃない？宿代だってバカにならないと思うんだけど。
ああ、まあそうだな。楽だとは言えないが。
Just sleep here.
けどこれは俺が自分で言い出したことだ。だから不満はない。
そっか。
お前いつか言ってたよな。言いたいことがあるならはっきり言ってとか。
なんでもないっていうか、そんなことよりさ、この間のエルの話だよ。覚えてる？
ああ、忘れるわけないだろう。クルシュアル伝承と本当の歴史の話だよな。
そうそう、あれから私もいろいろ考えてたんだけどさ、やっぱり全然わかんない。考えれば考えるほどこんがらがっちゃって。あの本に書かれていることが本当の歴史って、クルシュアル伝承との関係って何？それでもう、うがーって感じ。
どんな感じだよ。けど気持ちはわかる。俺も正直理解しきれていない部分が多い。ゴルデの眉のこともある。エルとしてもある程度信憑性が出てきたから話してくれたんだろうが、まだそれ自体が何なのかさえ分かっていない状況だ。それに俺個人
We
と
don't
して
know
も
what that is, and we don't know what
若干引っかかるところは
the function of that
引
is.
っかかるところ？
ああ、もしエルの言うようにあの遺跡とかアトリエがクルシュアル伝承の舞台なんだとすると、都市というには規模が小さすぎる気がしないか？
確かに。いやでも都市の一部ってだけなんじゃないの？
だとしたらもっと周りで遺跡が見つかってそうなものだろう。
それも 確かに。
Have you tried underground? Or maybe up in the sky?
つまりどういうこと？
よくわからんってことだ。
Jesus.
悪かったよ。混乱させた。
Girl is overloaded.
難しいことはわかんないや。そういうのは頭いい人たちに任せよう。
クルシュアル伝承については引き続きエルが調べてくれてる。俺たちは復興を手伝いつつ新しいガイストコアの入手を急ごう。
それもそうだね。私たちは私たちにできることをやろう。よーし、今日も頑張ろう。返事は？
おお。
The normal difficulty is open now. Okay. Ah, controller died. What if the red mist is an advanced version of the regen build? Instead of healing ourselves, it sucks the life force of the people surrounding us. An interdimensional subway tunnel? I mean, hey, we have dimensional path and all that, so, you know? Ria's skill tree has been unlocked, new skill can be learned, slates also. Sweet. Let me save.
面倒ごとを押し付けているとも言えるがな。
エルも楽しそうにやってるからいいんじゃない？
それもそうか。なんだかんだ生き生きしてるしな。
2k, okay. Attack enhancer. Boost item power and recovery based on the number of turns spent in the front row. This effect reset in, okay. And then additional strike, and then repeat item. Okay, and then Slade. Boost to be gained by 30% after a successful block or precision guard, and then third strike. And then that's it. Then Araze. Get that speed boost going, and then now we max out Drive Calibur. We're getting there, getting there. Hey. Okay, let's see what do we have. Where do we go? Mistletoe miscellaneous again. Okay, so shop related. Advance the restoration to town level 22 or higher. Yeah, we should be done with that. 999999. So that is way more than enough. Okay, but before we do that, let's go back to Atelier because we have a couple things to craft and random cut. Oh, Resna. Okay. Okay.
そういうことならどーんと任せて。私も前より成長してるからね。今ならバッチリ生徒役をやりきってみせるよ。
Are you now?
なんという頼もしさ。
本当か？
それでは早速。不詳レスナーのネット、僭越ながら授業を始めさせていただきます。
Yeah, Resna music is so good too.
Gomen,
前より長く続いたし、成長もしてそうだが、痩せ我慢しすぎだ。まあ、少し休憩してもいいと思うぞ。無理に続けても 頭には入らないだろうし。
賛成。私の教え方が未熟なばかりに。
You'll get it eventually.
教え方。そういえば、レスナさんには師匠がいるんだったよな。
Yep, I forgot her
そ
name
の
though.
人に教え方のコツを尋ねてみるのもいいんじゃないか。
それがその師匠は天才肌の感覚という
She just left.
長く一緒だった私なら
She told me to do something and then she just left.
わかりやすく教えを広めていく
Exactly.
ないんですけどね
Exactly.
もちろんすごい師匠なんですよ。知識も技術も今だって足元にも及ばなくて
It's the classic mentor style of Atelier series.
となるとすごすぎてあまり参考にはできないんです。レスナちゃんは今みたいに錬金術ができるようになるまで自分で工夫したりはした？とにかく本で調べてたかな。本を読むのが好きで自然と錬金術のことも書物で調べる癖があるっていうか、今でも新しいレシピを作るときは参考書をしっかり読んでまとめてから考えてるんだ。
なるほど。レスナさんはきっと事前に得た知識を組み立てるのが得意なんだろうな。実践しながら考えることが多いリアスとは得意な学習方法が違うんだろう。
Yep.
ああ、言われてみれば確かにそうなのかも。学び方は人それぞれ。なるほど、その視点はなかったかも。知識だけあってもそれをうまく伝えられないと先生は務まらない。 分かってる。
It's a skill to become a teacher.
錬金術とはまた違う技術を求められるんだ。
Exactly.
レスナちゃんならきっとできるよ。まだ始めたばっかりだし気楽に行こう。ありがとうティアスちゃん。もう少しいろいろ考えてみるね。
Okie dokie. Learning from one another. What if Rias was the red alchemist, but Resna was the white guardian? Now that's some theory right there. Now that's some theory right there. But I don't know, because Resna in this game, she's a DLC. She's not really part of the story, technically speaking. I don't know if later on we will interact with her organically without the DLC, but so far her story is just kind of like they just try to weave in her in here from the DLC, if that makes sense, because you know the story already been built from start to finish, and then the DLC came, which is Resna and Valeria later on. And then they have to make a story out of that too, so they kind of like try to slip in a couple story beats in there, so it's not exactly Resna doesn't exactly show up here, but hey, who knows, maybe she is, you know. Sophie when furious, exactly same thing with Ryza when Empel, you know. So it's the same exact thing. Okay, so we have this thing that we need to do, so yeah, I want you to figure it out yourself, so I need to investigate ruins now, okay? When I'm back, I better heard some good news, or at least I need you to finish whatever we need to craft this time around, okay? See ya. Sophie when Fias Firis face purple smiling pangs. Alright, enough of tech today. Time to hunt some monsters. Good luck, good luck. Yeah, like color calibration is the most difficult thing to do, especially if you're not used to seeing different colors I guess, in a way. And trying to get the color as close to your main monitor as possible is also really challenging, and it's also a good idea to kind of step back, to especially if you already at it for like hours, and it might be a good idea to kind of like, okay, let's just do it later, just give your eyes some rest so that you can come in again with the fresh eyes, so that you can see more clearly when you need to readjust it later on. Like Agatha and Ryza won her. Don't get into trouble, her after DLC. Don't get into trouble without me. Bro, now with Ryza DX, that makes so much more sense. Like, why do you have fun by yourself, huh, kids? Why don't you ask me? Why don't you invite me? I want some action too. I wish I had the tool to make it easy, but I'm not spending money on it. Bro, that thing is expensive for like calibration tools. Jesus Christ, that thing is expensive. And even then, if you still have no idea how to use it or even how to see it, then it's not going to help you at all. I'll just get a nice pick on both monitors and try to get it close. Yeah, just use your main monitor current setup, like the color, brightness, contrast, and those kind of thing, temperature, to be the base of your setup for your old monitor, because your old monitor most likely won't be able to keep up with the color accuracy with your modern monitor, but at least it should be able to produce somewhat close. Maybe slightly red tint or maybe a bit more blue tint, because that's at least on my old monitor, that's what I'm currently facing, right? My old monitor have a reddish tint, but if I reduce the RGB setting, the red one, by 1 point, literally 1 point, it becomes bluish greenish, and it becomes really off from my base monitor, my main monitor. And then if I increase it by 1, you can still see the red tint over there. So it's like, well, that sucks, but yeah. I'd say this is bluish. Yep. So that's the that's the normal issue or normal problem that you will find with the older monitor compared to the modern monitor nowadays, with the, especially if you use OLED. Oh boy, good luck with that. if you're just using IPS monitor with a normal like LCD monitor, then or LED monitor, then it should be rather okay. Even mini LED also could have some issue for you to kind of adjust the older monitor. Oh Jesus, that is hot. Whew. My water is really hot. I'm really afraid of buying all that because of the is it because of the burn-in? I heard a lot of stories about the burn-in OLED. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it makes sense. That makes sense. I guess I'm not kind on my stuff, so I'd rather not. Yeah, I mean that's fair. It's most people also have the same afraid when it comes to getting an OLED because of the burn-in stuff. My current monitor is a nice big, slightly curved ultra wide. I wish it had HDR, but whatever, it was cheap. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, HDR, when it comes to HDR, it's best to use it with OLED, but of course there's like other monitors that using like mini LED or even IPS monitor that support decent HDR, since most monitor that said have an HDR on them tend to be just a gimmick more than like an actual HDR. So if you really want to enjoy an HDR, get an OLED. That's how you properly enjoy HDR. Sadly, currently that's how it is. Most majority of monitor out there, TV even, that says support HDR 300 or something like that, then it's more often than not it's just a gimmick. They could show you HDR content, absolutely, but is it true HDR? Debatable. I'm a big fan of ultra wide, and then slight curve, it has really works for it. Yeah, I used to use a curved monitor as well, and I really liked it. But sadly, a tragedy happened, so I have to replace that with a normal flat monitor now, and it feels way too wide for me now, because I'm used to curved monitor already. Like the field of vision for curved monitor is so nice. But now that I'm using a flat monitor, it's just looking at the edge of the left side and right side is like, oh my goodness. I had a curved 1080p before, but I wasn't big on it back then, but it works really well on ultra. Yeah, ultra wide, most ultra wide usually comes with curved. And it is, I feel like it is better for ultra wide monitor to use a curved one. Otherwise, your neck is just going to really, really work. It's just a slight curve, so it doesn't distort stuff much. I mean, I don't know, to be honest. Like, it depends on the curvature, because at least on ultra wide, you could get away with a bigger curvature without it starting being distorting. Healing Star recipe. Okay, we can make this Coralia Charmenduft. Especially on games where you cannot change the HUD. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like, I swear, I still remember my my curved monitor now is already rest in peace. That's just, it suck. I remember it was like, it's so nice to, whenever I just sit down on my PC, just boom. Wherever I need to look, I don't need to move my head as much. So I just kind of like, you know, look around with my eyes only, and it just feels really nice. I can just see everything. But now, I need to move my neck. Even though the inches is basically the same, my old monitor is 24 inch, and then this one that I got the replacement for is also 24 inches. So it's not really that big of a difference, but the fact that the difference is on the curvature already, like, oh well. Because I need the reason I got this is because I need a replacement. Because obviously I need some replacement. My freaking monitor broke. It doesn't want, it cannot be used anymore. Wait. There you are. Is that all? Halfane Perfume. Restore a set percentage of an ally's HP and revive them if they KO'd. Okay. That is pretty cool. What was I saying again earlier? Yeah, because I need a replacement of monitor, and then, you know, I cannot really afford the another curve because boy, that thing is expensive. So I need the quick ones, the one that's a bit cheap and then somewhat same spec with my old one. So then I just got this. So it's like, okay, well, it will make do for now. We'll get the curved later on if I want to, because right now I kinda already adjusted to this. So it's like, okay, this is kinda okay. But still, from time to time I do still feel like my neck kinda working extra. Okay, got the perfume. Sweet. What's next? Cheese. Super powder and cheese. The cheese is at the end. Okay, if that's the case. There you go. Wise cream. Okay. Blue dabadi dadabai. Yes. Okay, we got that. Sweet. What else can we do? Still nothing. Ah, there it is. Dark water. Plus poisson cube. There you are. I need you. That's the wrong cube. This cube. So that's why I was like, huh? M's mischief. There it is. That's the one I need. And I need a plenty of this to sell. Do I want this? I kinda don't. I kinda want to save this. So let's just use that. Sure. Okay, we got 3 of them. Oh wait, yeah, let me check again. That's it, I think. Yep, that's all. So let me duplicate Sea of Chi. Selecting this during trade transfer raises item level by 10% and raises sale price. Cool. 11 of them. Save. Wait, there is an episode. No. Let's see, where is it? It's fighter. Oh, there are 2 of them. Hello. What? What is the problem?
いや、実は大急ぎで手に入れたい鉱石があるんだが、この辺りじゃ手に入らないものでね。
Okay. What kind?
州の外れにある洞窟、 そこでしか手に入らない特別な鉱石なんだ。
What kind?
オート州の洞窟って。
おじさん、それなら私たちで手に入れられるかも。取ってくるから待ってて。
いや、オート州とはいえノルト州側なんだ。
North Province.
大丈夫です。俺たちに任せてください。行こう、リアス。
What do you need? How much do you need? One shining.
こんに
Bruh.
ちは。いろいろ仕入れてるから好きに見ていってくれ。
Bruh. Just one? At least 3 or something. Take it.
本当に持ってきてくれたのか。
Yeah.
ありがとう。本当に助かったよ。
I have more if you need it.
けど、どうやって手に入れたんだ？まさか秘密の流通経路があるとか。
I guess you could say that.
そんなのないない。普通に行って取ってきたの。
取ってきた？こんな短時間で行けるはずないだろう。
That's the secret channel.
アイターさん、カミラさんたちともよく話してるから、悪空の道のことは聞いてますよね。そこを通って実際に行ってきたんですよ。
そうだったのか。
Mm-hmm.
商人としては羨ましい。
It is a secret channel.
やっぱりおじさんは商人だから使いたいって思う？
Well, of course.
そうだな。喉から手が出るほどに魅力的ではある。
You can get places faster.
けど、私は旅をしながら商売をするのが好きなんだ。
Sure.
だから私自身は使わないと思う。
Sure you are.
正直、使わせてくれって頼まれるんじゃないかって思ってました。
Given the chances, you will use it in a
今
heartbeat.
回みたいに必要なものを取りに行くときには便利だからね。けどね、各地を旅して見て回り、いろんな人たちとの交流ができるのも
And that's fair.
商人の楽しいところなんだ。
That's what you like. That's
そ
more
の
power
魅
to
力
you.
を忘れてしまいかねないからね。だから自分で使うのはちょっと怖いのさ。
It's like a cheat code, you know?
おじさんらしいな。でもそういうところ好きだよ。
嬉しいな。そんなわけだから私は悪空の道は使わないよ。けどもし今回みたいにどうしても急ぎで必要なものができたときはお願いすると思うけど。
こちらもいろいろ世話になってますし、遠慮しないでいつでも言ってください。
Okie dokie.
そう言ってもらえると助かるよ。
New stuff.
こんにちは。よく来たな。
Oi.
実は新しい商品をこれで大丈夫。ありがとうな。
Nice. Red
これで
Puni
大丈
Ball.
夫か？ありがとうな。
Alrighty then. Now we can craft some more.
来てくれよ。
Since when there is this thing over here? Why is this here? For what purpose? I guess if I want to go to this side faster. I don't get it. Hold on. Oh, Lord have mercy. This is like 4th time now. I told you, today's gonna be a sniff fest. Ooh. Okay, wheelbarrow.
ビールベル空の飛び方教えて。
Bruh.
何よいきなり。何かあったの？
実はさっきまで空が飛べたら便利だし気持ちよさそうっていう話をしてたんだ。魔法使いのウィルベルなら俺たちのことも飛べるようにできるんじゃないかと思ってな。
ねえねえお願い。私たちを飛べるようにしてくれない？
悪いけどできないわ。魔法は万能じゃないのよ。
なんで？
人を安全に飛ばすなんてすごく難しいし、 魔法は素質がないと使えないから教えるのも無理ね。
そんな。
It's a trait.
俺たちのささやかな夢が
Yep.
そんなに残念がらないでよ。リアス、あんた錬金術師なんだったら自分で空を飛ぶ方法を考えてみたらどう？すっごく大変だと思うけど、空を飛ぶ乗り物を作るとかいろいろあるんじゃない？
そっか、錬金術ならできるかもしれないのか。
自分で方法を考えてみるってのも面白そうだな。
そうそう、その意気よ。錬金術師たるもの、自分で道を切り開きなさい。
よーし、じゃあ早速風船に捕まって飛ぶ方法から試してみよう。
Girl, you better not.
それ着地どうするつもりなんだ？というか風船が割れたらどうするんだ？
We scream if
ちょ
that
っと
happened.
高いところから落ちたぐらいスライなら全然平気でしょ。
ブレ
さすがに怪我するだろ。というか俺で実験するつもりか？
他には足の裏にバネをくっつけて飛ぶとか。
おいおい、危ないことばっかり考えるなよ。試すの俺なんだろ。
あはは、余計なこと言っちゃったかしら。
Now you've done it. Wilbell skill tree. Okay. What else? Okay, back to Atelier first. We will craft. We will craft.
ここがこう。
Lunar drop, Arias candy, and Tox elixir. Okay, give it a good save. Mini volcano. Item level. Is that the one? Okay. Tox elixir.
ひらめいちゃった。
Apologies for today. A lot of sneezes and also lots of dust for some reason. My nose is also really itchy, but the itch is already gone, which is good. But now the sneezes, the aftermath of the sneezes is still there. I can't control it, okay? I wish I could. Okay, no, not mini volcano. Okay, so the last one. Okay, so I'll just use whichever, whatever. Material for now, like so, and then let's see. That one works. Is it this one? Arias candy, yes. Restore all HP, furthermore grants an effect that automatically reflects them when they are KO'd. Sweet. Uni jelly. We got some blue here. Yep, and then some yellow. Good old yellow. Learn the drop recipe. A red.
いいんじゃない？
A red, a yellow,
いい反応だね。
a blue.
いいんじゃない？うまくいきます。すっごくうまくいったね。
Sweet.
どれにしようかな。
And there is the one red pony. Red pony ball. I don't remember which one. Or there is none. I don't remember vaguely that I need red pony ball to craft something. It's not here anymore. Alright, I do need to do one more thing. Hold on, give me 1 second. Now I remember that we have a brand new equipment that we just got. And there is also this too. Reuse on block. Okay. Next skill power by... Oh! Okay, now this is nice. Now this is nice. Upon performing precision guard, reduces stun gauge by 12% of max. What do you mean? I'm assuming this is for the enemy because we don't really have any stun gauge. So if the enemy attack us, we precision guard, they will get stunned. Well, we cannot stun them, but the stun gauge just goes down, so essentially we stagger them. Skill power by 9%. Okay. Yeah, I think I'ma switch this drop rate. I think switching that might be a good idea. Into AP. Maybe. Either AP or maybe this precision guard boosts next skill power by 9%. Since most of the, like, at least tough enemies, or just most enemies in general, they do have a lot of AoE attack that hits every single our party member. So, you know, if the enemy attack 3 times, then we can stack this 3 times. So that's pretty solid in my book. So yeah, we can try to do that. Or maybe this to help us with stunning the enemy also. But we'll figure it out later because there it is, boy. Oof. Oof. You know what I'm saying? That's oof right there. Okay. Off-tail, talents, no. Increase that boost for, okay. No need. Boost. Drop on defeat. Let's go with that first. Attack speed should be attack defend. Yeah. I need red. If I need red, then this is it. Attack, defend, charge. Steel protection also works. Why is it? Oh, it's because it's not connected. Attack, defend, charge. Now we can get steel protection. Parameter 10%. I don't think I wanna get rid of that. Oh. The all-stat charges reduces my attack by 6 though. Don't really particularly like that. but it's 61 and it's S, so we got self-repair L, 15% regen, 6 speed, 6 attack, 6 HP, 93 defense. Yeah, and also I still retain my parameter 10% too on top of that. Or I should just leave it as is. It's also an option. Like this. So that I still get a decent amount of attack out of it. But I don't have any HP or speed. 93. Shy. $93 plus, yeah. It is pretty much the same, really. Well, if I don't choose anything, if I like go with this one, it's basically all the stat is in the attack. Well, if I go with this route, it gets spread around. I think I value attack a bit more. Like, speed is always good, obviously. But attack, yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I kinda don't want to use the boost drop on the feet, but that's the only thing I have to get the attack defense charge. So, and the best thing about this armor, everybody can wear it. Oh yes, oh yes. Duplicate this 5 times. Duplicate that 5 times right now. Maybe 4, but you know, just in case. Get some extra laying around. Oh yeah. Let me compare it to my old armor. The old armor has more attack. Well, it makes sense because attack defense charge plus all stat charge. That makes sense. So 5 higher, 2 to... Yes, stat-wise... Ooh, okay. Yeah, 5 attack, 6 speed, 6... Yeah, the difference is basically just the all stats charge. What does the parameter... Increase all stats of equipment by 10%? When I remove this, it doesn't really reduce it, so I don't get it. Anyway. Okay, losing a bit of attack and losing a lot of defense actually. Because I think this also has still protection, yeah, makes sense. But we do get 15% regen on top of 11% regen. So our regen starts to shaping up, boy. It starts to shaping up, boy. Yeah, we're losing a little bit of attack and speed, but we gain some defense, at least for the female. For the male one, we are losing attack and defense quite a bit, so it's fine. Whew, look at that, boy. Regen. Now I just need to switch this to something. Precision for next skill, that might be a good idea. Or maybe this. I don't know. I mean, this will... It will help with breaking the enemy. Or I could just go with the AP. It's pretty alright. Not the best. It'll do, you know. Instead of the drop rate here. Or I can just go with this because this is kind of like the latest one that we got so far for the Pearl. I mean, we do still have the normal and hard one, so I'll just wait. I'll wait. Okay.
どこに行く？
Nothing else, so let's go to the normal one. I don't know if I need to gather some more though. Should I just rush to the boss?
妖精さん見つけた。こんにちは。どうしようかな。これでいい？俺っちからのプレゼントだ。
Let's see, what do we have?
気合は十分だぜ。
TBBCD, CDC, Fire Blessing, no.
今はやめとこ。ほら。ザク。ほら。これは値打ちがありそうね。
Yeah, because the material that we got from this place is pretty good. Not the dungeon, but like the quality itself is pretty nice. Like S, A, B quality.
妖精がいるじゃない。いざ迅速果敢に。このくらいなら余裕だね。
遠慮なくやらせてもらう。
Wow,
見えたらあいつ
music change.
私に任せなさい。
手数で攻めるか。
やるぞ。
続け。
次は俺だ。見えた。せい。
よしよし逃げられないからね。これで
よそ見をするなよ。いや、そこだ。いい調子だ。
Whew.
私です。よしよっそこだ。
落ち着いていこう。前に出る。
Yeah, double regen, baby.
突撃
Double regen, baby.
これは何に使えるのかしら。
お、何か見つけた。
やったすっごい珍しいもの見つけた。これはね。
役立ちそう。
Let's see, what do you have here?
これでいい？
Fair encounter. It might be a good idea actually.
オラからの贈り物。
Start
任せとき。
building up some stuff here. Flick burns, BCDC, DCCD. No.
今はやめとこ。
まあ、拾っておこう。貴重な素材だ。
どうやら貴重なものみたいだな。
これは値打ちがありそうね。
これってとんでもなく珍しいよ。
迅速果敢に。
大した敵じゃなさそうだな。遠慮なくやらせてもらう。
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。さあ、やるぞ。次は俺だ。見えた。せい。
Boom.
攻め時だ。
さあ行くよ。よしまとめて片付けてよ。これで次
よそ見をするなよ。せい。そこだ。攻め時だ。
今のよし
No effect.
いざ。ここは一気に。
よし、行くぞ。
先陣を切ります。
合わせる。
なかなかいい判断するじゃん。
That's way overkill. Jesus Christ, 2000. Oh boy. That is way overkill.
いいもの見つけた。これは値打ちがありそうね。よっ
あまり見かけない素材だな。
これは値打ちがありそうね。
Beautiful. Beautiful.
珍しいんじゃないか。
珍しいもの見つけちゃったわ。楽に勝てそうな相手一気に倒しちゃう。
どう動くか。タッチ。行くぞ。はっ。せや。
あたしよし
bonk, bonk,
次
bonk.
も頼むぞリアス。
Ay, ay. Jesus, Lord have mercy, that's a lot of damage.
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
私です見えたわあいつ
Brr.
私に
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
私もやれるいやこうきっとオーライ
捕らえた。 よし、ま、こんなもんだろ。
新発見だよ
Cool.
強そうなのが出てきたわねしっかり準備して挑みましょうよっこれは貴重ね
Okay.
間違いなく強敵こんなとこ
Da
ろで
da 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 da
畳み
da.
かけられそうだな。見切った。
思いっきり戦えるよ突撃よーしやるよ
Okay, let's taunt first.
よし
助かるよ。次は俺だ。
気を見せたな。
Ish, ish. Ay.
今なら何でもできそう見えたわあいつの弱点私に任せなさい
Fire,
ここ
huh?
は一気に始めるわよ先陣を切ります私もまだまだや
見えた。
相手になってやる。
弱点発見私にお任せください
こいつで決める。
Oh,
十
jeez.
分だ。 攻める。
I just keep taunting, I guess.
ここだ。
続けていくぞ。
Boom.
調子悪い攻めるよ燃えちゃいなさいそこだ
よそ見をするなよ。
Ay, ay,
そこだ。
ay.
力を解放。
And dead. Boom.
私
Still a follow-up after that.
こんなもんよ
余裕だな。
Sweet.
やったわねおっしゃおっしゃ
どうやら貴重なもの。
これもいい素材になるんじゃないおっしゃ
あまりにこれはなかなか珍しいな。
楽に勝てそうな相手
大した敵じゃなさそうだな。どう
もうすぐ守りを
Just
崩せ
drive
そうだ。
Calibur. Oosh. Jesus Christ. That's some damage right there. Whoo-wee. Okay, spill on some AP now.
俺の力を結構
Ow! That hurts. Anyway.
私ですねいざ突撃
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
チャンス来てしません
戦った分の
また強くなってしまったこれは値打ちがありそうこれで新しく何か作れそうね
Nice, nice, nice.
これ珍しいね珍しいもの見つけちゃったわ
Alright.
壁だって乗り越えてやるんだから援護は私に任せて
畳み
Ah.
思いっきり戦えるよ よーしやるよ
Just do damage.
始めるわよまずは私
次は俺だ。
まだまだ
見えた。
Okay, there they go. Defense down. Burns. Hi, hi.
今なら何でもできそうここは一気に始めよう先陣を切ります
次は俺だ。
私も
Damage. 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 Oh! Too slow. bat, bat, bat. Boom.
燃えちゃったかい。そこだ。
俺も嫌え。
Okay,
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
let's fill up some AP.
相手になって仕留める。はっ、そこだ。なった。
まだまだ終わらないよ。そこだ。
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
よし。えい、はっ、えい、はい、おまけ。
Break.
調子が出捉えた。はっ、どうだ。嫌え。
これはどうぞ。そこだ。
Bye bye.
よし。
まだまだ。
少しつ
まだまだ。目指すは果ての大陸。
相手だったな。倒す。
Okay. Skill. Done. Now only the last bit here, and then that's it. We're done with Rose as well. Let's continue. Another field boss, okay.
珍しいもの見つけちゃったわ。
これは結構珍
あまり見かけない素材だな。
あれは強そうだぞ。気合い入れて挑もう。
どんな壁だって乗り越えてやるんだから。
俺が前に出る。後ろから援護してくれ。慎重に。
That's some damage.
よし、これが私のとっておき。
俺の力をくれ。
今ならなんて見えたわ。あります。あいつの弱点。私に任せなさい。これって聞いて。皆さん、参ります。
手数で攻めるか。
始めるわよ。
俺に続け。
まだまだ。私もやれる。当たれ。
Landed debuff on the enemy.
突撃。とびっきりの技。見せて。今と見て。
Attack down.
大成功。勝機はあるはず。外さないよ。熱いのいくよ。
Dead.
私の魔法があれば。また強くなってしまったね。こんにちは。どうしようかな。これ
Mm.
でいい？俺っちからのプレゼントだ。任せとけって。
DCD skill power plus 12% though. Now that could be useful.
働くぜ。今のは強敵だったわね。少し休憩しましょうか。
Yeah, that could be nice.
どうやら貴重なものみたいだな。
これなかなか見つからないんだよ。
How are we looking? Almost max out.
出会えるなんて。
It's only the second floor. We already almost maxed out.
少し楽ができそうだ
Help.
な。
一気に倒しちゃう。
遠慮なくやらせてもらう。
そろそろ守りを崩せそうね。
さあ、
俺に続け。
次は俺だ。
Okay, AoE party.
見えた。せい。
AoE party, baby.
思いよーし、やるよ。
よし。
まずは私。それで。
なかなかやるな。
Done.
大した出来じゃなかったな。新しい発見だな。
I don't think I should do this, picking up everything like this. Like fighting an enemy probably is much better. Because material wise I think we are okay. Of course we probably could get more like S rank, A rank, B rank materials. Because they obviously will most likely going to have a better traits. Speed of Skanda. Defend charge. Aggression up bolt. Speed supercharge. Yo, the plus plus is there still. Okay. Attack supercharge, yeah. And at least the level is important. Because that will dictates the result of the crafting. Materials at the end. So I don't know. Should I gather all of this or should I skip all of these gatherable? Because if I keep picking those up, we will have an issue that we will need to group all the way up to B rank even, which grouping ingredients should be okay if you need some space, but we are losing if I do need to group until B rank. Like C rank is okay, but like if I have to group until B rank, that might be become a problem, because then I will lose out on a lot of traits. So yeah, I might stop doing that, I guess. Just the fight the enemy, because well we do need the SP. Yeah, just the fight.
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
今の動きは良かったんじゃないか。どうだ。
私もやれる。当たれ。よし、これで。
隙を見せたな。仕留める。そこだ。
And they should take care of it. Yeah, because the enemy here gives a lot of EXP. A lot of EXP and a lot of SP, so it's a good idea to grind in this area. To be honest, now it makes me kind of thinking, if the dimensional path is this good for everything, like better material, better gathering points, better enemy drop, better EXP and SP, I don't think we need to grind outside of dimensional path, no? Because the map outside of this dimensional path is kinda like quality material wise, and you know, EXP and also SP. Look, just one silver pony gives us 550 SP. Imagine there are like two of them, 1000 SP right there. You know what I mean? So I feel like there's not really any point unless if we're talking about we need to find the material first in order for it to show up in the dimensional path. Now that I can understand. But so far, I'm not sure. Curse ICB CCD CCC. No. You know what I mean? So I do not know.
見つけた。おいっす。どうしようかな。これでいい？大きくなれ。大きくなれ。任せとき。
CDDAC BCC reduce AP consume. Yes, you're in.
よろしく。迅速果敢に。このくらいなら余裕だね。
そこだ。
突撃。それ。
隙を見せたな。
Ah, almost break. Ah, too quick. Too early.
守りを崩せそうだ。
捕らえた。崩したぞ。
これを一緒に。
続けていくぞ。
突撃。言って。
HP is full again.
強くなるってまた一つ。
これも一つの学びだな。楽勝。
これは値打ちがありそう。
少し楽ができそうだな。
一気に倒しちゃおう。
遠慮なく。そこだ。
よし。言って。これで。
Ah,
でも嫌え。終わりだ。
that's a waste of damage.
完璧に見て。今ならいいぞ。
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
遠慮なくやらすか。どうだ。あった。
いいぞ。
隙を見せたな。
突撃。それ。そこだ。逃がしません。当たれ。
Yeah, 11% plus 15% HP regen. Very nice. Ingredient grouping E. Ingredient grouping D. Okay, that should give us a decent more.
どうす。これでいい？
Item level up.
力のプレゼントだ。任せとけって。
BBDCD CDC. Crossfire no.
今はやめとこ。
少し楽ができそうだな。
思いっきりと外さないんだからやっちゃえ。
これも嫌え。
Close. Ow.
皆さんお疲れ様です。
楽勝だったな。
Oh, that's a gold pony.
少し楽ができそうだな。
Been a while.
遠慮なくやらせてもらう。
完璧に見て。思い突撃。
Slightly too early.
よし。ゴミのお見舞いだよ。そこで絶好調だね、ピアスちゃん。ここで追撃。今ならよし。や思いよし。言って。そこだ。ここで追撃。いい感じに勝利。
What the? That's an S right there. Hello.
少し楽ができそうだな。
このくらいなら
遠慮なくやらせてもらう。
それ。これで。
隙を見せたな。
いいぞ。や。皆さんお疲れ様です。やった。すっごい珍しいもの見つけた。いざ。迅速果敢に。
Boom, 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 boom.
突撃。
Boom, boom, boom.
チャンス来た。
続けていくぞ。
Dead. Ah.
いくらでもかかってきなさい。なんてね。
しばらくは敵も出てこなさそうだ。
Okay, next.
また新しい場所か。
Field boss encounter. Let me hang on. And there you go. Done with Rose. Now we can work with Willabella. Wait. Reduce epic consume by own skill by 30% during multi-action. Very nice. Dex 4, max HP 5, attack 4. And 44% chance to 60%. 7%. Cool.
とりあえず進んでみるか。
Ah.
閉じ込められた。
Okay.
遠慮なくやらせてもらう。
AoE for days. AoE time. Let's do this. Brr. 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 Oosh. And then tornado blow and twin caliburn again. Oosh. Dead.
大した敵じゃなかった。
I don't even need to use it.
また強くなってしまったね。
Okay. Bam bam. Bam bam. Bam bam. Bam bam. Bam bam. Sweet.
Lisa,
大した敵じゃなさそうだな。どう動くか。
見えたわ。あいつの弱点。私に任せなさい。えい、はあ、そこだ。
これも嫌え。この。見切った。
I know it resets, but I'm just too lazy to use skill. I just want a mash button.
隙を見せたな。この。
突撃。逃がしません。
楽勝だ。
やった。すっごい強そうなのが出てきたわね。間違いなく強敵。
It's you again.
こんなところで負けてられないからね。
畳みかけられそうだな。
思いっきりよし。よし、とびっきりの技見せてあげる。
これも嫌え。この。
今なら見えたわ。あいつの弱点。私に任せなさい。始めるわよ。先陣を切ります。
次は俺だ。
まだまだ。
見えた。せい。
そこだ。ここだ。そうって熱いのいくよ。今度。
Burn, baby, burn.
仕留める。力を解放する。
いいまと見っけ。
ここだ。
私突撃。
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
いい感じに。
まだ強くなれそうだ。
It's full again. My goodness. It's up to C now.
だったわね。少し休憩しましょうか。
少し楽ができそうだな。
Oi,
畳みかけられそう。
oi, oi, oi. I missed.
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
Okay, now that's
そろ
perfect.
そろ守りを崩せそうね。
やはりロゼは強いな。
元気到来。今ならなきゃ。
続けていくぞ。この。
皆さんお疲れ様です。
Do-do-do-do-do.
楽勝だ。
これ珍しいね。
少し楽ができそうだな。
一気に倒しちゃおう。
畳みかけられそうだな。こ
突撃。えい、はあ、そこだ。
俺の力を結構遠慮な捉えた。はっ、そこだ。食らえ。
ここで追撃。当たれ。いざ、や。
続けていくぞ。ここ
突撃。ゆって。そこだ。これも一緒に。当たれ。いい感じ。強くな。
これも一つの学びだな。
Didn't see any fairies.
少し楽ができそうだな。
一気に倒しちゃおう。
遠慮なくどうだ。
よし、えい、それ。そこだ。
Ah,
気を見せたな。
8 HP. Come on, man.
ここですかさず。そこだ。
仕留める。ここ食らえ。よし。
まだまだ目指すは果ての大陸。これ珍しいね。
Yeah, if we have to fight a monster and then there's a material close by, I might as well just hit it. Those are fine, but I'm not going to gather every single piece. Ah, too slow.
仕留める。そこだ。
これも一緒に。テリア狂気到来。突撃。あ、それ。これで。いい感じに勝利。
楽勝だ。
やった。すっごい珍しいもの見つけ
That's a gold bunny.
いざ。迅速果
切り払う。いいぞ。畳みかけられそうだな。ここだ。
思いっきり突撃。外さないんだから食らっちゃえ。よし。
Ah, 6 HP. Come on, man.
皆さん、魔法使いに限界はないんだから。簡単に勝てたね。妖精がいるじゃない。
There we go, finally. We met some fairies.
大した敵じゃ
For this one, we go AoE for
もう
days.
すぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
見切れるか。
次は俺だ。見えた。せい。
Oish.
攻め時だ。
And then this should take care of it.
まとめて片付けた。これでチャンス来た。
よそ見をす
Or
る
not.
なよ。そこだ。攻め時だ。
Almost. Almost, almost.
どんどん先へ進みましょう。こ
Let's see.
どうしようかな。これ
Let's
でいい？これでどうだい？
see, what's your
やりは十分
stats?
だぜ。
DDC, BB, CDC, distortion. Okay, no.
今はやめとこ。
見たこと
No, 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 no.
少し楽ができそうだな。
一気に倒しちゃおう。
どうだ。食らえ。
突撃。これで。
俺の力を結構
もうすぐ守りを崩せそうだ。
Ah. Ouch. That is a lot of damage.
そろそろ守りを崩せそうね。
Aish.
仕留める。
ローデ先輩がいると心強いです。狂気到来。突撃。
Bonk, bonk, bonk.
いい感じに勝利。
もうこの辺りに敵はいなさそうだな。
Okay. That's it. We move on. Floor 9.
また新しい場所に来たみたいだね。
That's it? That was pretty short compared to the easy one. Huh. Well, okay. Alright. Let's see. What do we have here?
私に任せて。
The big boy is arrived. Buff. Buff.
まずは私。
次は俺だ。
よし。
助かるよ。
ありがとうございます。まだまだ。こ
Nice.
やらせてもらう。手数で攻めるか。
Photon silhouette first. Too early. Okay, bolt is not really good idea over here, so Resna, you might want to move back for now. Defense debuff and then let's try that. I was waiting for that. Then we do this. Then we do this. Nice. Nice. Ay, how the heck? Because I'm paralyzed. I'm guessing. More. Ay. Okay, flame shot. Nice. 1, 2. Aish. Okay, drive Calibur the hacker just. But it's resist, so. Mistral Bringer. Dead. Easy.
しばらくはいいものを拾えたな。
Fish. Okay, open this.
いいものを拾えたな。
Then open more books. Nice. Now let's just go out. Checkpoint, you know what I'm saying? And then... Ooh, more episode in the Atelier. Who's this? Oh, well, well, well. Wasn't expecting her.
ちょうど君たちが不在だったからね。僕がアトリエの中を案内してたんだよ。そのついでにアーシャからもいろいろと話を聞かせてもらってたのさ。
アーシャさんからエレン？錬金術の話ならリアスに聞けばいいじゃないか。
あ、違う違う。僕が聞いてたのは薬の話だよ。アーシャはオートでも評判の凄腕の薬師みたいだからね。いやいや、そんなたまたまオートでお仕事をしているだけですよ。
Come on, girl.
エルが薬に興味があっただなんて。
薬は人々にとってなくてはならないものだからね。
True, true, true.
関わりが深いんだよ。薬の歴史は人の歴史ってわけさ。
そういうものなのか。
この話は以前君にもしたんだが、君は話の途中から聞き流すようになるからね。
すまん。俺には難しくてつい。
Understandable.
それに比べてアーシャはいい子だね。僕の話をちゃんと聞いてくれるし、興味深い薬の話もたくさんしてくれたし。エルさんたらすごく興味津々で、とってもいい反応しながら聞いてくれるから、話してるこっちも楽しくなってきちゃいました。うなずきながら聞いてくれるのも可愛くて。だ、そんなこと思ってたのか。
その光景すぐに想像つくよ。
お姉さんにお話を聞かせてもらってる小さい妹みたいだな。
僕は真剣に話を聞いてただけなのに。
Okay. More recipe. Worn out circle. You have discovered a new ancient recipe. But I don't have the material for that. Not yet, at least. This is how I imagine they update incomplete web novels in physical form. Pretty much. What to slate? Book. Okay, let me see. And then this, the red revolt, the loathsome power terrified the people of Kershaw. And they prayed for the 9 sages to do something about the situation. However, the same power had already spelled an end to the unity between the 9 sages. Their opinions irreconcilably different. They split into 2 groups, one of 4, the other of 5. One sought to use the loathsome power to reach the greatest heights imaginable with alchemy, while the other sought to protect the world by sealing the power away. Though the dispute started out as an ideological clash, it soon turned into each side developing their own alchemy to counter the other. The conflict substantially escalated when the former, now known as the Red Alchemists, used the loathsome power to create the Gorda Cocoon and exiled all alchemists who did not follow their ideology. This incident was named the Red Revolt after the Red Alchemists. Now, this is pretty interesting because the lore of the Resna is that the alchemy is a lost skill or lost art, I guess, because there is not enough mana in the world. Because things happen with Weltex and stuff like that, if I'm not mistaken. Please do remind me. Any Resna lore aficionado out there, please fix me if I remember it differently, because I frankly don't quite remember a lot. But as far as I remember, the premise of Resna, the world of Resna, is that alchemy is a lost art. Not many people there used to be. I mean, just reading this also is kind of like giving you a good idea already about the world. The alchemy back then is quite easy to do, and not really easy to do, but like it's a lot more common than the current days. And then things happen with the Weltex or the Apexy and yada yada, and the resources to do alchemy is diminishing or like reduced basically. Because of that, slowly the art of alchemy is getting reduced, and the mana on the world the mana is basically the one that you required to use for alchemy is also reduced because of them. And then we have this on top of that. Did I learn how to make a worn out circle out? It came out worn out even though it was freshly made. I know, right? I only know of thighs. I mean, hey, that's more than enough. That's more than enough. And then now we learn about this, the Red Revolt. So based off of this text, I kinda lost my train of thought. Okay, so Gorde Cocoon is confirmed from this text that the Red Alchemist created it from the power to exile all of the alchemists, to banish the alchemists basically. And that also, there we go, now I remember. So based off of the original lore of Resna 1, you know, with the world, how alchemy is like a rare art or lost art, and the shortage of mana as well kind of doesn't really help the case of no more alchemists coming back. The current alchemist that's already been around has been banished by the Red Alchemists using the Gorde Cocoon. There you go, that's the point I'm trying to make. Well, at least mana is not made out of something like human memories or the fulfilled desire of inanimate object as an ingredients. So far, at least mana is like a pure energy or some sort in this world. So maybe it could turn into that, but who knows? But so far, it was just a pure energy from somewhere. At least in Resna 1, there is a place across the sea or somewhere. I don't remember exactly, but far away from this place, there is a place that is abundant with mana, like unlimited resource of mana or something like that. That's what Resna and the gang is trying to get to. Place where mana access is abundant, and that's the quest they are trying to get. But sadly, the game shut down, so we cannot really understand where that is. So yeah, this is interesting. So the Red Mist could potentially be the Red Revolt. The mist is there to exile all of the alchemists, because the explanation before, when they explained from the flashback on the tragedy, is that the Red Mist came, and then short after the mist lifted away, and nobody is in there. All the peoples are missing, but there's no sign of like people fighting or things like that. There's no sign of struggle. They just disappear completely. You know, if it is like a monster's work, because right after the mist came, the monster drove in. If it were the case for like the monster killing the villagers and stuff, there should be a sign. But the thing is, there is no sign. The people just gone. So it could also, the Red Revolt is the Red Mist, because the Gorde Cocoon basically banishing the alchemists, and on top of that, somehow it also banishing the villagers. Also, I guess it could also be used to exile or banish anything. Really, maybe, you know, maybe. Meanwhile, in Ryza, mana is so common every person can use it. It was never explained, right? Right. So yeah, at least for the time being, we can make an assumption that the Red Revolt is the Red Mist, but I feel like there's gotta be more. Either I'm overthinking it, or not really. Because there are only two possibilities, really, right? And then let's see, not long after that, the Red Revolt, which the Red Alchemists themselves had initiated, came to an end in what is now known as the Baptism of Ruin. All those who lived in the city, all their hopes and ambitions, were snuffed out when their lives as humans came to an end. Oh, now this is interesting. Again, I might offer thinking this, or like offer thought this, because reading this the last sentence there, all those who lived in the city, all their hopes and ambitions were snuffed out when their lives as humans came to an end. If you just read it as is, you can just say like they dead, right? If you read it as is. But in my mind, my first reaction after reading that sentence is that they could be turned into something. You know, their life as a human is done, but that doesn't mean they're dead. But maybe they just turned into something else, maybe a monster, maybe mana, maybe whatever that is. They're still there, but it's not human anymore. Again, I might just offer analyzing this. It goes without saying, but the Red Revolt ended in a victory for the Wild White Alchemists. But it was bittersweet. After all, not a single Red Alchemist survived. The human life of every single one of them was snuffed out at the hands of their own creation, the Gorde Cocoon. Perhaps some of their descendants lived on elsewhere, but none have taken up the mantle of the Red Alchemists since. Lore. Lore. We got lore up here. Yo, Captain! How you doing, man? It's been a while. Happy New Year. Have Merry Christmas, even though it's really late, but yeah. Hope you're well, buddy. Thank you. You too. I hope you too, man. How you doing? How you doing? Happy New Year and all. Thank you. We're just unpacking some lore here. We're just January blues and all. Yeah. Hope things will get better, you know. It's a new year, you know. Especially in January, usually things can get a bit slow, you know. But we just keep on trucking, you know. Keep on pushing. Which it being the Red Alchemists were actually the good ones, but history was written by the victor. You know? Who knows, man? I mean, this is the fun part of that, you know? We don't really have all the answers. We only get a breadcrumb of lore. And it just... all we can do is right now is just assuming and making theories and guessing. Who knows what's actually going to happen, but that's the fun part of it. Can't wait for the summer. Woo. Exactly, yeah, man. What are you up to this past few months, years, days, weeks? The Red Alchemist started the Red Revolt, but the Baptism of Ruin really kind of makes you think about the Red Mist, really, because the visual of it. White Alchemist win, bittersweet. Not a single Red Alchemist survived. The human life of every single one of them was snuffed out at the hands of their own creation, the Gorde Cocoon. Perhaps some of their descendants lived on elsewhere, but none have taken up the mantle of the Red Alchemists since. Now that is really also interesting. That's kinda... because in here, the text said that the Gorde Cocoon banished all the alchemists who did not follow their ideology, but somehow the White Alchemists still win at the end. How's that supposed to work? This grinding work, finally got a girlfriend. Ooh, congrats. But she had to move back to Indonesia. She wanting for... waiting for the time I can go visit her, but I need money. Oh boy. Yeah. Ticket is not cheap. Ticket is not cheap. Congrats, man. Congrats. It kind of makes me think now that I don't know. Well, for now, that's all I can what we got out of all of this text, really. So we're just gonna keep getting more text and wait for L to decipher it more. Skill tree, we should have some more SB out here. Yeah, now it's Wilbell's turn. 8%, 75%, 100%. And then probably just damage increase there at the end. Max HP, attack. Boost allies magic damage by 5% while in the front row. Ooh. Wind Kata deals air damage to an enemy and reduces its speed by 5%. Dex, defense, speed. 8%, 12%, 15%, then what? 17% or 20% maybe at the end. Additional strike. Boost skill power by 15 but increase IP consumption by 20%. Ooh. Solid. Can we make something? I don't think so. Yeah, I'm fairly certain. No. There's this one, but we don't have the materials for that. Okay. Anything else new? Not really. I could go do this. Oh Jesus, that's a lot of things there. Yeah, somehow I have not seen that enemy. I have not seen this enemy as well. There's one enemy, there's question mark still over there. There's plenty on this one. Oh god, okay, well then. I guess I can just get close to the gathering spot, but don't farm it if it's not the one that I don't have. But let's see, what time is it now? Oh jeez, okay, yeah. No wonder. Okay, but I think I'm just gonna call it a day for now. It's already way too late. No wonder. No wonder. I feel like my brain just drifting in and out of consciousness. But yeah, trying to understand the lore that we just read is kind of like, what did I just say? Because it's already way too late now. But yeah, we got plenty of lore today, which is good. Got some more progress. Not a lot of progress, I think. Yeah, not a lot of progress. But soon to be. You know, soon we will get a lot more progress. But yeah, we'll be back again tomorrow with some more Resna action. Oh wait, actually, tomorrow might be Nikke time because the event hard difficulty should be finished tomorrow. So we will do that tomorrow. Yeah, we will take a little breather from Resna for Nikke to cover the new event. I think. Wait. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Is whichever while I'm going to show up tomorrow, that's what we're going to play. But yeah, I'm fairly certain you should be Nikke, but could be the day after, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll see. But yeah, I need to get good at processing information and also talking, conveying what I have in my mind, because I feel like me trying to explain the lore earlier is all over the place. It's not the best. Because I have an idea in my head, but then whenever I try to explain it, it's just all over the place. So if you understand what I'm trying to say and or the lore, that great. If you got more confused, then I'm sorry. I'm trying my best, and yeah, this for staying up this late also doesn't really help. So, anywho, I think that's all for me for today. We'll be back again tomorrow, so whichever, either Resna or Nikke, then we'll continue whatever. Have a good night, dude. Thank you so much, Captain, for dropping by as always. It's good to see you back again, man. It's been a hot minute. It's been a hot minute, man. And have a great rest of your day too. And good luck. And good luck with the work and with life in general. So yeah, Spectre, thank you so much for dropping by as always. Appreciate it. And yeah, good luck with your hunt with your PS4 controller, extra buttons, and your monitor calibration. Sorry, Caps, no worries, man. I know you're excited. Me too. But my energy is way too low for that. And it's already, and this is time wise right now is like 3:30 a.m. So I cannot get too excited, otherwise my neighbor is going to love me for that. You know, gotta keep it on down low for now, you know. That's why I need some sleep. I need some sleep. But yeah, I think that's it for me for today. Thank you everyone once again that show up on the stream. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Hope that you all enjoyed the stream today. It was quite long. Nice. Almost 4-hour stream. Amazing. Because I just wish that I can start earlier. Because today was kind of like a bit more of a chill and low energy day for me. So that's why I was like, let me just chill for a bit more. And then it's like 11 p.m. It's like, oh shoot, I need to get ready to stream. But yeah. I was about to say something, but I forgot. See, this is why I need some sleep. I can't. This is me in a state where explaining things might not be the best idea. Because I feel like I know what I'm saying, but then the moment it left from my mouth, it's like, what the heck am I even just said? Anyway, let me just stop before I keep ramblings and like saying things that I don't even make sense in my head. Anyway, word. With that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for coming. Thank you for having fun together with me. Spread love, spread fun, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. See ya.